Discipline doesn't fail. Your system does. I've been pretty disciplined my whole life, but if I was honest with myself, then I would know that there were periods of my life where I wasn't so disciplined. So let me take you back to 2022, where I'm sitting on a couch with my mom, and we're watching this documentary on vegans. I don't know why we started watching it, but we were both drawn to it. I think Tom Brady was one of the key people on there. And so we're learning about all these athletes and their diets and how majority of them perform at a high scale, but they're eating all these plants and vegetables. Now, at the time, I was severely overweight in my eyes. I was 255 pounds. I wasn't in the gym consistently, and I definitely wasn't eating healthy. So after watching this, me and my mom had the idea to try that route and go actually pescatarian because vegan was too much for us. And following that diet was extremely difficult because we were traveling on the go. It was hard to find good food and food that fit this new diet that I had because I never not eaten meat before. And so in this process, I learned, one, how hard it was to stick to a plan and create a discipline in my life that I never had before. And so how I did that was I created a system at the beginning of how I was going to be carrying out this new diet I was on. If I had just hopped into this with no plan, I would have lost traction in the first few weeks. Because why? I don't have a system to fall back to whenever I wake up feeling unmotivated to not stick to the plan. So I'm going to give you 3 things you can do when you're not feeling motivated and discipline isn't a part of your daily structure. Number 1, set your life up so the right choice is easy. Now, let me give you an example. When I go to bed at night, before I go to bed, I schedule my day that day. So when I wake up the next morning, I'm ready to go. I know exactly what needs to get done, and there's no question, especially in the morning when I'm groggy and tired and honestly just a sleepy bear. So how do I set myself up for the next day? Well, the first thing I do is I lay out all of my clothes for the morning workout, which is really important to me to start my day, and then my workout later in the day. So after I'm done with my work day, I have my bag packed, ready to go, and I can go straight to the gym, and there's no excuses to go home and change, to get a meal done. You're feeling tired, you just want to go to bed. I take that completely out. So when I wake up in the morning, I know exactly the clothes I need to throw on at 6:15 a.m. for my morning workout. I don't have to scourge around and find the right clothes. I don't have to find the right shoes. Everything is all laid out. My electrolytes are prepped and everything's just ready to grab and go. That removes any excuse I have in the morning to get up and get that workout done that sets the tone for my day. Number 2, and this is really important, stop negotiating with yourself. You've already set the intention to do the things that you wanted to do. Don't let yourself talk yourself out of it. And this is really hard to do because there's times where, again, you'll wake up and not get enough sleep. And that morning workout isn't something that you want to do, but it's something you need to do. When I was training for my marathon, there were some weeks that were really heavy loaded. I'm talking like 35 miles a week split up into 3 or 4 runs. So there were multiple times where I'd have to get up at 5 a.m. and start my training at 6 a.m. for an 8 to 10 mile run. Now, I think most of you can be honest and say that that is not something that majority of people want to do. And I for sure didn't want to do it. But I was so focused on running my marathon that I was willing to do anything that it took. And I had set that plan at the beginning of my training, so I know I had to accomplish it to get to my goals. The discipline wasn't there, but I found it because I understood my why. And I kept reminding myself every single morning I woke up. So stop negotiating with yourself. Listen to your intentions, and if it's written down or already etched in your brain, commit to it. Number 3, make starting stupid simple. I remember when I was a football player in my first football practice, it was really easy for me to just show up because I had everything I needed to do lined out by my coaches. They told me where to go, how to move, what to do for the whole 3 hours of practice. Now, taking that mindset and putting it into 9-to-5 employee works incredibly well. But now stepping out of my 9-to-5 into entrepreneurship, I'm my own coach now. So I no longer have a plan of what I need to do on a daily basis. I have to create that. So what do? I make it stupid simple. I plan out my days, I set my disciplinary actions, and I make sure I hit my non-negotiables so that I create discipline on a daily basis and have a plan that I execute every single day. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Brick by brick, step by step, build your road because that will create the confidence you need to instill discipline in your life. Why am I telling you about discipline today? It's not because I think I know it all. It's because Weston and I have created something called Exclusive Life, a community for people like you and me to come together and grow in all 5 lanes that we believe will truly help you grow in life. So if any of you out there are listening and want to learn more, join our free community, XV Life, inside our bio, or reach out to us in the DMs.